Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be modifying our code for the mouse click so that before the object disappears, it plays a quick sound effect so that we feel more like we're actually collecting an object and not just deleting it from the scene. But first, we need a sound effect. One way that I like to do this is simply by going to YouTube, finding a sound effect that I like. In this example, I've chosen the Zapper pickup sound effect from Fortnite, which sounds like this. And then whatever sound effect you use, you just need to copy the URL, the link, to the YouTube page. And then, take it to a YouTube to MP3 converter, make sure that it's set to MP3 because we want a sound effect, not a video, and click Convert. This should take just a moment, especially with a short sound effect, and then you can click on Download. Once you've downloaded this asset, one of the easiest ways to get it into your scene is simply to click on the arrow next to the download and hit Show in Finder. Then, open Unity, and from your Finder, just drag and drop your sound effect into Unity. It also might be a good idea to go ahead and create a new folder in your project for your sound effects just to keep things organized, but that's really up to you. With your sound effect in here, it should look kind of like the icon you see down below with this little orange wavelength. And if you hit the play in this corner down here, you can hear your sound effect and make sure that it's working properly. Another option is to use the asset store. You could go and search for sound effects and find a whole variety of free packages of sounds that you can use. The path you take to find and import your sound effect is up to you, but make sure that you get at least one sound effect that you can use with the code that we're about to write. Alright guys, we're going to be learning how to put a sound effect into our game, and this is going to require some code. So before I start typing the code, I want to show you where you can find a copy of it. If you simply go to this Add Sound Effects Guide link right here, it should pull up some paperwork that gives you a little bit of a walkthrough, most of which I will be going over inside of our video here. But just so you can find your own code, if you scroll down a bit, you'll find two small examples right here. Now I'm going to walk you through exactly how to type this, where to type it, and what it does. Oh, and if you scroll down a little bit further, at the bottom of the document, you'll find an example of the complete code all put together. Keep in mind, we're not creating a new script, we're adding to our existing one. So the way I do this is first, I open up the mouse click script that we've already created. I've got that on the left, and on the right, I have the exact same reference material that you have access to show me what I need to change in my code. So our first addition to the code is in void on mouse down. And right at the top of that, inside of our curly brackets though, we add audio source, sound source, and end in a semicolon. One line below that, we put sound source equals get component, audio source. Keep in mind that how we place our brackets and using our capitalizations are very important. Once again, this line ends in a semicolon. These two new lines of code will just help our script component find the audio source that we're going to be playing. You'll notice that as usual, my style of coding is to create the brackets and semicolons first, and then put my code inside of them as they belong. Now our final line of code today is simply soundsource.play, and then, inside of parentheses, 0, and, again, as always, finish with a semicolon. So inside of your mouse click script, we're just adding these three new lines of code. These will help us find our audio source and then play it at the appropriate time. That time is just the same as when we make the object disappear. We'll click on it, hear the sound effect, and then the object will disappear. Aside from our three new lines, you'll also see that we need to modify our final line by adding not just game object, which is already there, but the soundsource.clip.length. With that inside of the same parentheses, it's time to save our script and head back into Unity. Now remember, if you're working with an object that already has your script on it, you don't need to add it again, but you do need to go to Add Component and then search for Audio, because we want to add an audio source. With our audio source added, we just want to go to this circle select and find the audio source that we imported, our sound effect. Or you can drag and drop it into that slot as well. Next, it's important to remember to uncheck Play on Awake, because Awake is when the game starts, and if we don't uncheck that, every time we start the game, we'll hear our sound effect no matter what. But now, if we walk up and click on our object, it should play the sound effect and disappear immediately after. Remember to save your work along the way, and check the comments in Schoology for how to turn in what you've done today for a grade. Alright, that's it. Good luck and have fun.